jump to his left to get it, and then look how quickly he gets rid of the ball. That is so well done right there.
Here's Mark Reynolds. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike one. And here's a swing and a miss as they jump ahead of Reynolds here, 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Dozier is camped under this one, and he will put it away to retire the side. Hughes looking strong that half of the inning. Still nothing. Miguel Sano strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Right fielder, Miguel Sano.
First pitch on its way.
Nope.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. Not close. It's 2-0.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitters count here, 2-0.
A strike, and it's 2-1. Hit hard on the ground towards second. LeMahieu's got it, and he's set down, one away.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Trevor Plouffe.
Striding into the box, Trevor Plouffe, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Blackman is calling for it, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Well, they took him up the ladder right there with the fastball, and he actually did a pretty good job to get wood on it at all. But it's still an easy play out there in center field.
Eddie Rosario gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with two gone in the bottom of the second. Into the windup and the pitch. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Yeah, I don't think you want to come in throwing a lot of high changeups. That's a pitch he's going to have to get lower in the strike zone.
Hit high and deep out to left center field. Blackman going back. He'll take the turn and head for second. And now that'll hop over the wall. So he'll be at second here with two away on a ground rule double.
Yeah, just their first hit of the game, but he makes it a good one. You see this ball hit out near the wall and then hop right over it. He's into second now with a ground rule double.
Kenny's Vargas, the hitter now, with a chance to pick up that runner from second with two away.
And this could prove to be a huge at-bat in this game because you don't want to let these type of scoring opportunities slip away early.
He's set. Here it comes. And he lays off there, 1-0. Bottom of the second here with no score. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
A little bit of hang time there to that curveball. I don't think that's exactly where he's going to want to throw that pitch going forward. It worked out right there, but he better find a little extra snap on that pitch in the future.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Hit hard back up the middle. And that is through into center field. A base hit. Long throw to the plate. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Well, it looked like this inning was just about in the books, but then you get the two-out double to put the man in scoring position. Next hitter follows that up with a base hit here and makes something out of the inning after all.
Standing in now, Kurt Suzuki. Swing and a liner. Foul. A runner on first with 2 away. Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And now one taken by Suzuki as he draws it even at 2-2. Two out with the man at first. Lofted in the air out to right field. And Gonzalez will make the catch, and the inning is over. I have to imagine there's a full moon tonight, judging by this bunch. Steve, Eric, and I are back with more after this. Gerardo Parra leads it off here. Bottom third of the order set to go here in the third.
Well, he's faced the minimum so far, and obviously it's still early, but they need to get something going because you can't let this guy settle in out there.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees. 1-1.
That's a really good 12-6 curveball there. He'll throw that on any count, even when he's behind, because he has such confidence in that pitch.
And he comes up empty there on a pitch in the dirt and falls behind now 1-2. Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2. To first. Mauer's there. And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Batting 8, the designated hitter, Ben Paulson.
Ben Paulson will get his first cuts here. Hughes steps into the windup. Here comes the first pitch. Lined hard toward right center, and he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Well, they've been a little unlucky so far because they're putting the ball in play, and they've hit a few of those balls really hard, but they're just not falling for him right now.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring in the right-handed hitting catcher, Nick Hundley. Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Just a touch outside. 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Grounder down the line at third. Kluth has it. Throw on to Mauer will be in time, and that retires the side. 1-2-3 go the Rockies. They trail this one 1-0. Eduardo Escobar digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
The shortstop, Eduardo Escobar.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Lifted in the air out to right. Gonzalez giving chase. One down.
The center fielder, number 25, Byron Buxton.
Stepping in, Byron Buxton. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory.
Yeah, his swing definitely broke down a little bit last time. He got way underneath the ball. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that adjustment and stay on top of the ball here.
And he falls behind 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Boy, tough to lay off, but he's glad he did. It's 1-2 now.
And now on 1-2, this might be a spot where that high fastball was just a setup so that he can come back with that big curve.
Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. On his way to second is Buxton. Around second. He'll try for third. And he is in there at third with a one-out triple. Brian Dozier will stand in, looking to make this a 2-0 game if he can perhaps get a ball airborne.
Yeah, you've got to put the ball in play right here. A ground ball would probably work as well, as long as you don't hit it.
This ball gets down. Let's see if they try to score. And this is going to kick up against the wall out near the 377 marker. And they'll extend their lead even further as the runs in to score from third. It's a 2-0 ball game.
And this might be a situation where a little time in the video room pays off. They know this is a guy that'll throw that curveball early in the count. So it looked like he was waiting for it, and he'll drive in a run here on the double.
So here's Joe Mauer. As he'll line this one foul to the right side out of play, it's strike one. Hit to first. Underhanded flip. Throw just in time as they get him by an eyelash.
Boy, as a hitter, you know you're hoping to get that ball into the outfield somewhere, make it hit the grass, give your guy a chance to score. In this situation, all he does is get to third base. That's not a big help.
Miguel Sano stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. First pitch of the at-bat. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike one.
And even though you got a 2-run lead, you don't want to be leaving too many guys in scoring position out there. That could come back to bite you later.
2 outs here with a runner at third. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Backhanded. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score. Trevor Plouffe is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball one.
And that sinker is normally where he gets most of his ground ball outs. But it really hasn't been all that effective a pitch so far.
This one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And that curveball still hasn't shown up yet. It's normally a real good pitch for him, but it hasn't served him well at all so far.
Hit hard down the right field line. And that'll slice just foul at the last moment. Drilled right back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. Eddie Rosario steps into the box, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home in the inning so far. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Now a swing, and he pops him up. Right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. 3 innings complete. The Twins are in front, 3-0. Charlie Blackmon is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
And he'll try to check his swing here, but he'll have no such luck. It's strike 1. And they go right after him here as he swings and misses. Strike 2.
Yeah, that's in a great spot, too. Just hard, late movement working down and in.
Grounded to the right. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Yeah, doesn't look like much has changed here to start this inning either. That's 8 in a row now he's set down.
Jose Reyes is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip.
And fellas, that's still their only hit in the game so far. They've been pretty well shut down.
Behind on that one. Now behind in the count. 0-1. Hughes looks in. Here he comes. 0-1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. He'll take this in without much trouble, and 2 are gone here to start the 4th.
Well, very quickly, 5 pitches and 2 outs here in the 4th. Well, those are the kind of innings you love to have if you plan on working deep into a ball game.
Carlos Gonzalez will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Here comes the first pitch. This now is hit to second. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? You bet he does. 11 in a row set down, and the inning is over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. It's the Twins 3 and the Rockies nothing. Kenny's Vargas is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
And a first pitch sinker is over for strike 1.
And even though that is a strike, it's okay. These guys have been really patient at the plate. They've had a good game plan up there, and it's worked out for them so far.
Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2. Curveball, but he can't get him to chase it. 1-2. And he lays off the curveball. Strike 3 called, and that's going to be out number 1.
Well, I think there's something to be said for being patient, and then there's being overly patient. I mean, especially with 2 strikes, you've got to protect the plate up there. But he looks at 4 pitches, and he never even took the bat off his shoulder.
Into the box now, Kurt Suzuki. As he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind. 0-2. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for Minnesota. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
And that's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. And he will make the play. 2 away now.
This has just been a rough day for this guy so far in this one. Everything they're hitting is hard, even if it's right at someone.
Settling in now, Eduardo Escobar. He flew out in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Curveball just misses apparently. 1-0. And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0. And with 2 away here, this is not the time to lose the strike zone.
Especially not to a number 9 hitter. The last thing you want to do is turn this lineup over and give these guys a shot to make something out of this inning after all.
Right side hit hard. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Well, he'd had some high-stress innings here so far. It was looking like he turned a corner and was on his way to a much-needed 1-2-3, but he's going to have to get in the stretch here after all.
Byron Buxton steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Too high, 1-0. A runner on first with 2 away. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. Reined in. Over to LeMahieu covering at the bag, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Minnesota, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Nolan Arenado heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Smoke toward the hole. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit.
Yeah, and guys, there's a look at his line through the first few innings. Pretty dominant so far. Just the second hit he's allowed tonight, and the first one didn't wind up hurting him at all. So we'll see if he can get out of this inning as well.
Digging in, DJ LeMahieu. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
And this is taken outside for ball 1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
Hot shot towards the hole. And that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances.
Still fairly early in the game, but these guys don't want to let this 3-run deficit get any worse. Back-to-back hits here going to bring the tying run to the plate with nobody out.
Mark Reynolds will stand in now with 2 on here and nobody out to begin the inning.
And on the mound, he hasn't found himself in too many rough spots so far, so this might be his first real test of the ballgame.
Hughes comes set. First pitch on the way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0.
Now with 2 on and nobody out, it's looking like this scoreless string could be in some jeopardy.
The 1-0 delivery. Grounded to third. This could be 2. Blue fields it cleanly. On to Mauer. It's a double play.
Well, there's the pitcher's best friend right there. You know, nothing gets you off the hook after back-to-back singles, quite like a double play ball to that third guy.
In is Gerardo Parra as he gets a good curveball here to start the at-bat. It's strike 1.
Boy, we're well into this ball game now, and he's thrown 70% first pitch strikes to all the hitters he's faced. And when you can get ahead, your results are going to turn out well.
Pulled toward right center field. Sano on the move. And that's the third out. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. Don't touch that dial, or the remote for that matter. More on the show right after this. Brian Dozier comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Second baseman, Brian Dozier.
First offering on its way. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1. Hit hard to short. And it's through for a base hit. They'll have the leadoff man aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Twins, first baseman, Joe Mauer.
Joe Mauer will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. From the stretch. Sinker to open the AB in there for strike 1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Yeah, he came with a little bit of a different look that time. This pitch is also in there knee-high, and now they've got him behind in the count, 0-2.
Blackman is under it. Makes the play, 1 away.
Well, he's 0 for 3 now in the ball game, and
Right fielder,
I think I can tell you why. If you're not a power hitter, you need to hit down on the ball. Try and drive things. This guy doesn't have enough muscle to hit home runs consistently, so he's wind up as routine flyouts.
Miguel Sano stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. High and deep to straightaway right. Back goes Gonzalez. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out.
And right here, you've got the right fielder shading just a bit towards the alley. And I thought he'd have too far to go to get this ball, but he does close quickly out there, and he makes the play near the line.
Here's Trevor Plouffe standing in as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball 1.
And even though he's given up his share of hits so far, he still hasn't walked anybody, so at least he's got that going for him.
And the sinker is over here, and that evens things at 1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. On his way to pitch number 75. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Ready with the 1-2. High and deep to left center field. Blackmon ranging back at the track. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. Twins wind up stranding one, but they lead it 3-0. Ben Paulson will come in now to begin their half of the sixth, and it's been a struggle for them so far. Just 3 hits through the first 5 innings.
And that's certainly not going to be enough to get the job done. And as the scoreboard bears out, if they want to get back in this game, I think this is the inning that it needs to start happening.
Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Some movement now in the Minnesota bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. Swing and a ball hit out toward right center. Sano sprinting after it. 1 away.
Well, this is one of those situations where his guys got him the lead early on, and he's been in complete control ever since. I mean, he's barely been threatened out there.
Nick Hundley stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Lined back over second. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
Whoa, that's what you call chuck and duck right there. This ball's going to come screaming right back at him. He doesn't have any time to get the glove up, and it gets safely on into center field.
Here's Charlie Blackmon now. Grounded up the first baseline, but this is foul for the first strike. No runs, 4 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. And, oh, he definitely broke the plane there as he went after the pitch inside, and it's strike 2. Oh, 0-2 is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2 now.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
One and two, here it comes. On the ground to second base, this could be 2. One there. On to first, it's a double play. As their woes continue, the inning is over. Rockies are down quietly. Still down 3-0. Eddie Rosario will stand in now to lead things off in the Minnesota 6th.
Eddie Rosario.
And here's one that misses to the leadoff man in the inning. The number 6 hitter in the lineup. It's ball 1. That's inside. 2-0. Three and 0 now.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
Ruled a strike on the outside corner. 3-1. Sent on the ground out to second. LeMahieu's got it, and a rather easy first out.
And after a hot start, the bats have pretty much gone missing here in the middle innings. He sort of reinvented himself out there and has really turned things around.
Kenny's Vargas will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips. And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball 1. Hit out towards second. Gloved by LeMahieu. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out.
And there you get a look at his pitches by inning. You can see the count. He's at 83 for the ball game. Not a huge concern just yet, but he's starting to get up there.
Kurt Suzuki will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far.
Yeah, and he just needs to make a small adjustment and stay through the middle of the ball. Think about hitting a line drive right back up the middle.
Hit hard down the line toward the coaching box. It's a foul ball. 2 out, nobody on. And he misses with it, 1-1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Arenado is over near the railing as he makes the catch to retire the side. Down go the Twins in order. They lead it 3-0. Welcome back to Target Field here in Minneapolis. Twins on top in this one as we take a look now at our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Jose Reyes will stand in to start things off as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just 1 hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
Out in front of it, strike 1. Now some action out in the Minnesota pen as it looks like both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. This is hit high in the air and pretty deep down the left field line. And now this will get over the wall down the line out there for a ground rule double.
This is a good job here of using the whole field. You see him go the other way with this pitch. No chance at all to run this thing down, and you see it take that 1 big hop right up and over the wall for a ground rule double.
Carlos Gonzalez will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
First delivery to him on the way. Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1. Bullpen working behind him, but you know this guy does not want to give up the baseball.
And he never does. I just don't think that's in his mentality.
Chased out of the zone there, and he's down 2 strikes.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
And this will go right by Suzuki all the way to the backstop. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch. Here's the 1-2. Hit on the ground to short. Escobar comes up with it. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
Well, this is definitely a guy that drives in a lot of runs, but he won't have too many that come much easier than this. That's just a simple ground ball, and he gets the job done.
Nolan Arenado digs in with 1 run in and 1 gone in the inning. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit to short. Escobar over to his left on to first, and there are 2 down.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
DJ LeMahieu will dig in 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. Swing and a line drive. Foul. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. 7th inning stretch upcoming here in the Twin Cities. Minnesota leads this one 3-1. Eduardo Escobar steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
Eduardo Escobar.
Now here's the pitch. Curveball just misses apparently. 1-0. And he watches a called strike as this one bears in on him. 1-1. Down the third baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Takes this the other way to right, and there's a base hit, so a chance for some insurance here to start out the home half of the 7th. Byron Buxton gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Oh, this is hit to third. Will it be 2? LeMahieu on to Reynolds, and it's a double play.
Well, that's the absolute definition of a pitcher's pitch right here, especially in a double play situation. I mean, not only is this pitch down, I don't even think it's in the strike zone, and that's an easy double play.
Here's Brian Dozier now. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1.
You do not want to get the middle of this order up with guys on base. So this is the hitter he needs right here, right now.
Here it comes on 1-1. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. We're in the 7th inning with a good finish brewing. 3-1 our score. Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. Oh, and he hung him a curveball there, and he's going to live to regret it as this ball is going to wind up well over the wall in left field. A long home run. It's a solo shot here from Brian Dozier as the Twins push their lead up to 4-1.
Well, so much for getting a shutdown inning. He's gotten 2/3 of the way home, but then he makes a big mistake here, and that ball is going to wind up well over the wall.
First baseman, number 7.
So here's Joe Mauer. As he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. One for the Twins on this swing by Brian Dozier. We'll march on to the 8th. It's now 4-1 in favor of the Twins. Mark Reynolds will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And Hughes gets ahead with the fastball for strike one. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike. And he makes the throw to first. Reynolds is retired, and there's one away. There's a look at our line score showing the home-standing Twins on top here in Minneapolis as they look to close this one out. Gerardo Parra will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. Foul tip into the catcher's glove at strike one. Eighth inning, 4-1 is our score. And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding off.
Ready on 1-2. Hit hard on the ground to the right. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit.
Not too many balls hit solidly tonight. Just their 6th hit of the game. So now they need to figure out some way to string a few of these together.
Ben Paulson will dig in now. He's lined out and flied out in 2 trips.
Been hitting the ball pretty well, though, despite the offer so far.
First pitch coming now from Hughes. And a foul tip held onto here at strike one. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Runners on first with 1 down. Now a cutter down around his shoe tops as he hops out of the way.
And the way these guys have been swinging at everything, I'm surprised he didn't go after that one, too.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Got him. Nick Hundley digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
Just too over-aggressive right now. They've got to dial this back a bit.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Oh, and you can tell by these first couple swings, he's not just looking to poke one through the right side of the infield. He's looking to put something into orbit.
In there, a base hit.
Yeah, a hot shot that time and a tough read down there at third base. He just couldn't get the leather on it.
Charlie Blackmon is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0.
And here's where the Rockies need to cash in with that one key hit they've been missing.
2 down, runners at first and second. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Back goes Rosario. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. 2 left for Colorado. They trail it 4-1. Miguel Sano digs in to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning.
And so far in this ballgame, he hasn't even been on base yet, so we'll see if he can make an adjustment here.
Miguel Castro is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th. Miguel Sano stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Off the plate and low here, ball 1. Hit sharply toward the right side. Oh, and he botches it.
A pretty good swing there. You'll watch. Head stays down, ball gets deep in the zone, and he lets those hands lead the way, and he drives it to right field. That's as good an approach as you're going to see.
Trevor Plouffe is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. And opposite field as he lines this down the line in right. Oh, and this is past him down the line. A fair ball. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Boy, this is very close to being a foul ball, but a nice job by the first base umpire getting down there and getting the call right. And this is going to get down toward the corner and wind up a hard-hit double.
Eddie Rosario is at the plate as he watches ball 1. And that's inside. Looked like the slider, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, and he hasn't looked comfortable pretty much from the moment he came in.
In the dirt. It's 3-0 now. And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1. And the count will be full. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. And he will take strike 3 called as those runners stay put at second and third, and there's 1 away now.
And here this is one more time on show track. You can see it. He checked his swing there, and I think he did so in time, but you can clearly see that that pitch is in the strike zone, and I think ultimately that was a called third strike.
In now, Kenny Vargas, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, there's a good one right there, right over the top. And just fire that thing in there.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Over at the knees, and that's the second strike.
Now with 2 strikes, boy, if he could come up with back-to-back punch-outs, wouldn't that be something?
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
With 1 out, definitely a strikeout situation with 2 men in scoring position. And that is a great pitch right there to pick up a very important second out.
Stepping in now, Kurt Suzuki, and he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball, 1-0. Runners at second and third with 2 gone. And a strike to even the count, 1-1.
Boy, and if these guys come away with nothing here, they'll have squandered a real good opportunity.
Skied into straightaway right. Gonzalez is there, and he puts this one away for the third out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. Twins strand a pair as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. A shot there of St. Paul, Minnesota, just down I-94 from where we are as we're set for the 9th inning in this one. Leading off the inning, Jose Reyes, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. On the move is Rosario, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
And I like the call to leave him in there instead of going with the closer with the 3-run lead. Ride the hot hand. Don't burn up your closer unless you really need to.
Carlos Gonzalez will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it one pitch at a time, one runner at a time.
Chop foul right at home plate at strike 1. 0-1 pitch on its way. Grounded back up the middle. Played on the backhand. On to first, and the Rockies are now down to their final out of the game. Nolan Arenado makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning.
That's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
Into the seats, 0-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at 1 in the dirt. Throw on to first, and the ball game is over.
Well, we talked about how they needed a good outing out of this guy, and he gave them that and even more, finishing off the complete game victory.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Not a lot of offense to go around in this one, but what offense we did see came from this man's bat. He's our top player of the game.
Well, he winds up with 3/4 of the cycle. Couldn't quite squeeze in the triple, but that's all right. He definitely did enough to earn himself the hardware.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Twins are victorious in this one, 4-1. Good night from Minneapolis.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Twins, 4 runs on 11 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Rockies, 1 run, 7 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 54 minutes. A reminder, fans, that additional light rail trains in the Hiawatha Line and Central Corridor are available at the Target Field station located beyond right field on 3rd Avenue.